Hi everyone, it is Zanele and today I'm doing a collaboration. So I'm doing collaboration with Magic, who is Khuthi. So how we met at Verts, we studied at Verts and then we went our separate ways. But then now we reunited. So you guys know I went to audit at a medium-sized firm and now I'm currently a lecturer. But then what about her? So after varsity, what did you do, Magic? What did you do?
Well, I went on a journey and now I'm called Magic apart from Khuthi as you know me. But I went to an audit firm as well. I joined one of the big 4 audit firms and then post that I have been trying to still find my way.
Yes. What does that mean? When did you qualify?
I qualified end of 2017 and then I went on secondment to London for like 4 months. I did a bit of traveling. That was the highlight of my 2018 year. And then I came back and post that I then decided that audit wasn't what I wanted. So now I'm on a journey of still trying to find what I want, but now I'm more on the finance manager route and to CFO route in the long term, yes, bus moves, So yeah, that's been my journey so far. You need to start at the bottom. Once you qualify, you're back at square zero and you need to build your way up.
And that's what people don't understand. Yeah. People think once you qualify and you're black and you're female and you CA, they think everything is coming and it's like everyone is like, can we send you millions?
No, I think at some point maybe that was true, but there are more black female CAs who are also very intelligent, who are qualified like you and I. So it's no longer a matter of I have the qualification. You have to have a bit more extra to offer. And that's what employers are looking for. What sets you apart from someone else who also has the psych certificate, because most of us now have it. So it's not as easy as it used to be. And also I think because we were so used to a streamlined course where this is what I'm going to do for the next 3 years. I need to do articles for 3 years. So now post that, just now deciding and streamlining your own journey, it becomes a bit of a different conversation altogether. And I don't know about you, but most CA friends that I have are still also in a confused state, still trying to figure their way out, doing stuff that they not necessarily like doing, but they know they're working on something that will get them to their end goal.
Yeah. But what would you advise, like someone who's going through articles now? Do you think maybe had you planned better during articles or did anything during articles so that after articles you can set your way? Is there anything anyone can do really during articles so that after articles they know that I'm going on this route, I'm gonna,
I ask myself the same question all the time because my younger brother is actually studying to be a CA. And I hope by the time he's done, he has more of a clarity than I do now. I definitely think there's a lot that you can do. Besides, for me, because I didn't have an accounting background. So for me, when I got to varsity, it was just, let me get the course in order. I was not thinking about what will happen once I qualify. But there are so many opportunities out there where you can actually start understanding what CAs do post varsity to a point where you can be able to make better choices. There are always programs that are running, whether in a bank, whether in an audit firm, whether in even a company that is not so typical for CAs, because I think we kind of box ourselves that CAs is only audits, or you need to do CFA, you need to do this, there's so much more. And I know a lot of people who are doing exciting things with IT, people who are doing data analytics, people who are doing stuff that they actually are interested in.
Because we're actually business leaders. It's not like they say this is a profession and this is the route. You can just always change.
You can always do something. It's just that you only know what you know and you only know what you've been exposed to. And once your pool of exposure is limited, so also would your options be limited. And I think maybe had I been wiser in a sense of understanding that the CA stream is not as narrow as I anticipated, I would have probably joined or interacted. Now there's LinkedIn. I didn't know about LinkedIn when I was in varsity. You can literally go and text a CFO, inbox them, and talk about a lot of things and find mentors, find people who will tell you the real truth about what being a CA is, because it's not what it's sold to be.
I know. But anyway, we're still happy we are CAs. And if you want to be a CA, believe me, it's still the right option. It is. So let's talk about what other people can be like uncomfortable talking about. Like any challenges you faced during, your career? Let's not narrow it down to only articles or post articles, but then during your career, do you feel like you still have the issue with being female and black, being petite? Do you feel like those are like the challenges that were still there, like now?
Yeah.
Or that's something, is it
I
changing?
know when we were still at Jubes, we used to be referred to as the short, tiny girls. And it is a stigma, and it's also some form of pressure where people judge you at first glance of how you look. And unfortunately, you do not choose your height and stuff like that. So now it comes back to what do you have to offer as a person over and above what you were naturally encompassed as. And challenges will always be there. The young black and female issue is a corporate issue. Not just black and female, but just being female. Because we are in positions where we are in a position of leadership, like you mentioned. And from history, women, it's only now where women are being allowed or being afforded the opportunity to come forth and show their skills and lead and be actually given a fair chance. And as much as some companies have taken on that fully and are on it, not all companies are actually transforming as they claim they are. And
others are just window dressing, which is so,
which is something that
guys, I've been talking about fronting.
But I was fortunate that the companies that I worked for have actually been very honest about that. That's and they great. Take it very seriously. And I think I was afforded opportunities that I don't think that had anything to do with my gender, had anything to do with the fact that I'm black, but the fact that I delivered. And I think also as black people, we also need to not make excuses based on everything as because I'm black. Because we can be lazy sometimes. We can sometimes pitch late. We have a tendency of always having excuses, and that is a generalization, but I'm just saying let us not use the black card, if you are doing everything that you need to do for what your position, irrespective of your gender or your race, and fairness is not given, then the issue is with who you're working for. But if you can still point fingers at you for something, then we need to now work on the actual issue.
No, definitely. I think it differs. For example, with me at the organization where I used to work, like I didn't feel it. I never felt like, I'm black, I'm female, I'm short. But it's weird how there's this incident. So I went to the client. It was in first day before I got my car, guys, because I got my car like months later after I started. So I got there with my bags, and then I was like, hi, I'm here, I'm the auditor. And then the security guy looked at me and was like, Wena, auditor.
Were you wearing heels?
No, because I was using taxis, so I was only when I changed when I get to the bathroom.
I always have my heel game on lock. Like, I'm not going to work in pumps. Like, even if it's a function, I will be wearing like my high shoes.
So that's something that if you are like a petite woman in a professional world, you have to remember, like, because I know now I can't go to work without makeup and heels, because like now I'm lecturing. If I walk there with like my flat shoes, everyone's going to be like, who's the student, who's the teacher? So when it comes to the last point on the challenges you faced, I know because I have so many friends who are still working in corporate, because I'm out of corporate now. But then people talk about different leadership styles and like personality clashes. And I don't want to lie, but I've also experienced it. You'll work with one manager, you'll have like a certain manager who has, that leadership style whereby maybe if the partner comes, they can just quickly throw you under the bus and say, I don't know what happened, Zanele should figure it out. And then you'll have other like leaders who would actually be like, the responsibility lies with me and then the team, So throughout your journey, did you maybe encounter something like that, or maybe because I know like during articles you have so many types of leaders, so people who are undergoing through like articles and they have different types of managers with different types of personalities, how would you advise them to go about working with different types of personalities?
First of all, we all need to acknowledge that there will always be different people with different personalities based on the fact that we come from different backgrounds, and also people tend to cling on to a certain way of doing things. And once it becomes a habit, it becomes then something that is associated with their leadership skill. So for me, something that I learned early on in my career based on firstly finding out feedback at the end of a project where you thought you did a certain way and then you're being given a different feedback altogether, and you are now saying, but it's because you didn't do 1, 2, 3. What I then learned is the best thing to manage expectation, have conversations with your managers up front.
That's so
Set
true.
expectations as to, this is the kind of person I am. I work well better if I'm given something to run with and I do it myself. When I need anything, I will let you know. But I enjoy not being micromanaged, and I will give you the best results. But if you micromanage me,
that's an
chances
episode.
are,
That's a whole episode.
you know? And then if your expectations are aligned, or you set, the manager also tells you, I prefer you keeping me updated. Give me a daily feedback about where the status of the work is, or weekly, or monthly, or hopefully not monthly, because then it affects how frequently you get your feedback. But if you set that up front, it becomes easier. Now we both know what the sheets or the scope of my deliverance is being based on.
Yes.
I know what he wants or she wants, and they also know the kind of person I am. So tomorrow, if they call me at 5 and they're like, you haven't given me feedback, I'm like, but I said I will give you feedback on a weekly basis.
Communication. It all boils down to communication. Because I remember there was this specific manager who everyone was like, oh my gosh, like that woman, like I can't handle working for her because she's so strict and you know, you can't sleep and all of that. And when I worked her, surprisingly, it went so well, because before we started anything, I was like, okay, this is how I work. And in the morning, I would give her feedback. Before I leave the client, I give her feedback. So I think it boils down to communication.
Because sometimes if you're just quiet, and being a manager, I've been a manager
because
myself.
things can fall apart.
Yes. And not knowing, it's like with any other relationship, just not knowing where things are. I don't know, but I'm a very, where is this going? Where are we?
Yes.
So if I don't have some form of where are we comfort, it becomes a problem altogether.
Then sometimes you can resort to like micromanagement,
Yes.
which you didn't intend to. But then
True.
now, because you can't trust the team,
Yes.
it becomes tricky. Okay.
Tricky.
Okay.
But there are times where it's just personality clashes, where it has nothing to do with work.
Yes.
Where I can just meet Zanele, I'm like, oh my gosh, I like Zanele, because
Yes.
she's a bubbly person.
Yes.
She's similar to me. We
Yes.
all get along.
Yes.
Some people don't like bubbliness.
Yes.
They don't like
They feel like you're in the
loudness.
face.
Yeah. So that part, as long as we can remain professional,
Yes.
not forgetting that work is work, and as much as we can build relationships that go outside of work, but the core thing of work is for us to be able to work together.
Yes.
And as long as people are mature enough and they have matured in their careers also and their own personal developments to be able to assess that this is not, I don't not like this person's work,
Yes.
I probably just don't like their personality.
Yes.
But how do I now still work with them in a professional way and still be respectful? Because how you set the tone, people start thinking this is who you are. Or this is that you are just loud
Yes,
and you
yes.
shout at trainees,
definitely.
whereas maybe
Sure,
it's just that
definitely.
one trainee just
Yeah.
annoying you.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Sure. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I think I'm compelled to have a disclaimer on this. Just remember, because we both chartered accountants, but then this episode is based on being a corporate woman. Our views are just our opinions and
personal experiences.
it's our opinions and personal experiences, and they are not meant to put any profession into disrepute
Or any company.
or any company into disrepute. So just remember that this is just corporate women just talking
Yes.
about it, and then we also know we're bound by the CPC. You didn't expect that?
Girl.
Okay, so then lastly, that's why I put the disclaimer, because now we come into the fun part. Just for a few seconds, fun part. We're going to play a quick Never Have I Ever. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Guys,
No, I don't know.
we are business leaders, so if we answer something here that is not what you expected.
I'm
Remember,
not
we
sure.
can
What are
still-
we talking about?
Okay, so with Never Have I Ever, guys, here we're going to talk about as working women, people who've been in corporate, there was an article that was released and they spoke about the 25 things you should never do at work. So I just want to find out if you have, or maybe if I have, God, that is so uncomfortable.
Yes.
And then, and then so we'll share our skeletons with you guys. So first question. First question.
Yes.
It's like you're so shocked. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't come for this. I didn't
I'm
sign
ready.
for this.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first question
Yes.
is that in the corporate world, what's the silliest thing that you've ever done? Because you know people see us with like suits and our heels and stuff, but then when you're in front of the clients and everything, what's the most like the very silly thing that you've done at the office or wherever?
Huh. Okay, I'm me, right? So over and above me being able to get to work and do my work, I am still Khuthi, I am still magic in nature. So what some people may perceive as silly might not be silly for me, you know? So at a function, I wasn't drunk or anything. I don't drink as much. But me being me, I love dancing in my spare time. Like you'll find me playing loud music in my house, even in my car, I'm always dancing. So they played songs that I really liked.
Like
and
Sister Bettina.
like I went,
Guys, have you seen
I dropped like all those things that people should probably do in the clubs. I was doing it during the people.
Sister Bettina, you wouldn't even say I'm
Why
next to
are
my
they
boss.
even playing Sister Bettina in the first place? But yeah, and then my trainee, my junior, captured the video and put it in like the group, and like everyone now was laughing at me. And then the next day, now I must come back. It was a Thursday night, come in on a Friday, and everyone is, instead of talking about work, they're talking about me dancing. And I was just like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But,
Yeah.
but that's just me. Well, I'll probably change in
Yes,
future.
yes.
Yeah.
No, but it's not only you, because I also have like the similar thing. So, look at me.
Sorry. Okay, let me not judge you.
Okay. So yeah, I've been a bit silly as well, just like that in like year-end functions. Wait, Sister Bettina, guys, can they stop playing Sister Bettina at year-end functions?
Oh my God.
It's not right. I won't go into the detail because I want to maintain.
No, I think you can share.
Okay, so it went bad. Like I also took out, guys. I don't want to go.
Did you take out wretchedness?
The ratchetness was there, but everything I was still, I still had my clothes and everything. But let's say I let everything out because Sister Bettina was playing.
Let's blame it on Sister Bettina.
Let's blame it on
Yeah,
Sister
it's not
Bettina.
us. It's
Okay.
yeah.
So second question. Did you perhaps date like a senior person or even your colleague? Did you date someone and why? Did you have a fling at work? Did you find maybe love at work?
Baby, call me.
If
No.
you ever loved me at work, I'm still using the same number.
I'm still single and available. But no, I never dated at work. I think, I don't know if it was necessarily a personal decision.
Yes.
But when I started my career, it was mostly people whom I knew from varsity.
Oh,
and for me, I
yes.
just felt like they're my boys, If
Yes.
anything, I was being their wingman. Senior people, I worked a lot with female managers.
Oh.
And when I did encounter, there was a specific partner whom I worked closely with, where people were even asking, like, why are you guys, what's
Yes.
happening? But it was never anything of the sort. If
okay.
anything, he was more of a mentor and someone whom till today I
Yeah.
still look to and I can still talk to if ever I need advice in terms of work. But I don't think dating at work is necessarily advisable, especially if you're calling it a fling.
Yes.
Because things can go very south.
And then now you have
very
to go work
quickly.
together, and it's quite a lot.
Guys these days don't take things
Yes.
lightly. Like they
Yes.
can just tell everyone
Yes.
and post all your pictures,
Yes.
and everyone
Yes.
now is. I didn't want to be referred to as someone's girl at work. Like, can I just be Khuthi, who is
The
in a
independent
certain
woman that you are.
and known for my work, if
Yes.
anything, not be associated with a guy.
So lastly, last question. Okay, let's end it off on a serious note. Zen-like. Do you read? Do you read a lot? I know you read the Bible a lot, but then do you read like other books? So, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Sorry. Yes, I do.
So what's the book that has like changed your life that you would advise other people to read?
The book that changed my life is the Bible, but moving over. I wouldn't say it just changed my life, but I'm currently reading a book that says nice girls don't get the corner office.
I recommend it. Please say you heard that from my channel when I recommend it to people.
Listen to this girl. She's not just talking, guys. And for me, it's because I'm very bubbly and I'm very friendly and I love people. So it's very hard for me to be hardcore and sometimes be mean to be nice. And sometimes it's important. Sometimes you need to be in a position to tell your boss, no,
Very
I cannot take
assertive.
on this job right now because I still have 3 other things that I'm doing. And not to make things personal. And to also learn certain tricks that makes our male counterparts look more professional. Males are not, they don't take it to heart that they did something. They will let everyone in the office know that I got this project, I worked till late, I did this and this. And as women, we just take it as, because we're female, we're working our way up, we're still trying to earn our strides. But then at the same time, we are not as vocal. We're not as vocal about our achievements as our male counterparts. And that's why sometimes we need to learn the skills, and sometimes it comes from reading.
No, thank you, Khuthi. So if you haven't read that book, Nice Girls Still Don't Get the Corner Office.
Yes.
Guys, you have to get that book. That's why I recommended it. And I'm glad you're reading it. And keep to your Bible as well.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see you on the flip side. Please like, subscribe, tell everyone to comment. I look forward to engaging, and I'll also link down Khuthi's Instagram, YouTube, everything. So yeah, see you on the flip side. Chapeau.